Well, hello there, amazing and early aliens and robots and what have you not. I'm a nerd, and I also do live streams, and in my comment section and in my live streams, I sometimes hear this word Sigma male, and I'm a 40-year-old know-it-all, know nothing. I have no fucking idea what a Sigma male is, so I Google Sigma male. You and I'm a nerd, you're probably also a nerd if you're watching my content. We are going to discover the vast world of Sigma male. So I have two videos up here. I have 12 unmistakable signs that you are Sigma male from the Vice Thinker. Thinker. It's this guy down here. Vice Thinker. Red flags there already. If you regard yourself as a wise man, you're probably not a wise man. Brainy Dose, the one that I want to play for you right here. Again, 8 signs that you are Sigma male, the rarest of all men. Okay, so let's just dive into it. Let's go on a nerd trip into the Sigma male lunacy that is. I have no fucking idea. Let's
8 signs you are a Sigma male, the rarest of all men. You're probably familiar with the classic male sociosexual hierarchy. It's typically thought of as a pyramid. At the top,
alpha males, not sexual,
are the alphas. Those super confident, driven, and assertive men who are incredibly social and thrive on attention.
Not necessarily. A lot of successful people, a lot of CEOs, shit, they don't have time to sit in a fucking bar and hitting on girls. They are busy, running massive companies. You don't see, what the fuck is the guy from Apple? I can't remember his name right now. Or any, high fucking... You don't see the president sitting in a local pub trying to pick up girls, okay?
The betas are the nice guys, who are more sensitive and less aggressive. Then there's the deltas, the average guys, who keep society running smoothly. Next come the gammas, who aren't as successful with women and not liked quite...
Here's the thing. I think this whole Sigma thing comes down to it's people that get laid. This video already, we are not even a minute into it, and I get the feel that this is depending on how much you get fucked, this is where you are in this whole fucking spectrum. Here's the thing. You are different depending on who you're with and where you are. You can be the alpha in one situation and the bottom bits in another situation and among some other people. It's called human psychiatry. Look it up. It's a fascinating thing. Not everything is in boxes okay, I'm an alpha, you are just an alpha 24/7. You see a lot of alpha males that you will say alpha males. If you go and talk to their wives, they are the one fucking controlling that home. When they get in the door, they become the submissive little fucking bitch running around doing everything their wife is doing and telling them to do.
Quite as much by other men. And at the bottom of the pyramid are the omegas, the fun-loving but non-aspirational.
That must be me then, because if you should believe this, you cannot be an alpha if you're a fat sucker with beer and just a lazy idiot, basically. So you can only be a Sigma if you're a powerful guy that has it all put together and shit like that. Again, I call that bullshit.
Individuals. Now, there is another type of guy, the Sigma male, who doesn't fit into any of the traditional male.
Of course, let's be special. We are the special kind of people because we are so fucking special that we need our own name. You rarely see a girl or a guy going out and be like, what is my perfect mate? They have to be a beta or a Sigma or an alpha. No. Depends on the chemistry. It depends on personality and all that fucking shit. You see really put together people dating not so put together people because they like the personality. They fit well together. They are their yin and yang. They are their opposites and stuff like that. And then you see alphas only dating alphas and stuff like that. All of this shit, please don't take this seriously. Please, for the love of God. I feel all of these kind of things. Also, when you see those alpha male videos and stuff like that, it's idiots trying to get money out of desperate young people that don't know where they fit in. They feel a little bit on the outside. Let's make up Sigma male. Because you are on the outside, you're not fitting in. You must be a Sigma male because that makes you special. And you're probably also slaying that pussy all day.
Archetypes. And these men are considered the rarest type. Here's how to tell if you're one of them.
Tell me, bitch.
Number 1. You're comfortable being alone.
Yeah, that can also called having a social anxiety. That can also be called being autistic. That can also be called having PTSD. That can also just be called antisocial or have a small social platter, so to speak. There is a lot of psychology trait that goes in with I'm comfortable being alone. It's also that you're comfortable with the person that you are. I'm autistic. I don't like other people that much. I don't like socializing that much. I also have the social anxiety. So I already ticked the first box, apparently. Maybe I'm not the fat dude with a fucking burger in the hand. I do have like my little childish drink here. But yeah, maybe I'm a fat Sigma?
A Sigma male is a lone wolf by nature who's more than happy with his solitude and doesn't need another person to feel complete.
Is this just like lonely people making up a fucking term for themselves so they can feel better?
If you belong to this group of men, you simply don't need to be around other people to be happy or
Again, there are so many psychiatry traits that goes under this that...
successful because you have no problem going solo and doing things on your own.
So here's the thing, a lot of the most successful people in life are also the one that navigates the social circus the best, because you need to understand the social do's and don'ts to get on top of the fucking corporate ladder and stuff like that, and you need to be okay with fucking people over and stepping on them and using them for your own benefit. That's why a lot of CEOs probably have some form of sociopathy in them or stuff like I can't fucking speak today, because they are willing to fuck people over. They are willing to fire thousands of people without thinking about they can't feed their families and shit like that. But on the other hand, they can also be really good at a dinner party. They know how to butter up their, people on top of them. They know how to get people underneath them to do their bidding. And you can only do that if you're really good in social settings. So it goes a little bit against this here.
In fact, you prefer it that way, so you can think things through and make use of the deep silence in your headspace. Of course, you know that friends are important, but they don't define your identity or self-worth.
This sounds like a fucking... Like I said, I'm autistic. I know a lot of autistic people. Up till now, this is the traits that I've seen almost every fucking autistic person in the world that I've talked to.
Your social circle is small since you're very selective about who gets into it.
Again, autistic.
Number 2, you are quiet and contemplative.
Again, autistic
Sigma
people.
males are typically quiet and contemplative, which means you like to observe your surroundings before deciding what to do next. You're not necessarily shy, but you're likely to be more of a listener than a talker. And because of this general reserve...
This sounds a lot like Asperger's. The autistic, that's on the autistic spectrum, because it sounds a lot like Asperger's.
Your social skills may be a bit rusty, especially when confronted with people who want to chat constantly. You're definitely not one to wear your heart on your sleeve. Instead, you keep it tucked safely inside where no one else can see it. People who try to get close to you without being invited may find themselves met with cool reserve or even hostility as they try in vain to break into the inner sanctum of your mind.
Autistic people.
Number 3, you're driven by your own internal compass.
Autistic people. I need a fucking counter that or something, or hey, let's make a fucking drinking game. Every time I say autistic people, you take a fucking shot like a mouse.
You're a Sigma male. You don't care about what other people think.
Or you're just on the autistic spectrum. I'm sorry to say it, but that's probably it.
It's not that you actively ignore them, but rather that your actions and values are driven by your own internal compass and not external forces such as peer pressure. You are the master of your own fate. Sure, you may have role models or mentors, but you realize that no one is perfect and that their way is not necessarily the best way for you. And this attitude makes you feel confident in yourself and your abilities.
Autistic people.
Number 4, you're independent and self-reliant.
Okay, maybe not. That's the one there where I'm like, depending on how high you are on the autistic spectrum, you may need help with some shit, okay? If you're really high up there in the autistic spectrum, you can't fucking get out of bed. But again, a lot of autistic people that have slight autism, like Asperger's and stuff like that, they are really successful people. A lot of actors and politicians and stuff like that are actually Asperger's. As
a Sigma male, you're very independent and self-sufficient. You can take care of yourself without anyone else's help.
Like 99% of society, we are being taught, and it's drilled into our brain as kids that we need to take care of ourselves. This is not just Sigma males. It's like 99 or 98% of society that can take care of themselves. There are people that can't take care of themselves, and most of the times it's because they have some form of psychological reasons for doing that.
With an ability for introspection, objectivity, and perception, you use your internal resources to deal with the challenges of
You're like the modern day fucking Buddha, so I don't give what the fuck.
daily life. You simply don't need other people to tell you that you have value as a human being. And
that's bullshit. Everyone appreciate and kind of acknowledge compliments. It may be really fucking uncomfortable, but I have never met anyone in my 40 years of life, and I've talked to fucking anyone on the social ladder, like hardcore fucking soldiers that's been deployed fucking 1,000 times and stuff like that. And if you give them a compliment, they take it like, you know, the janitor and shit like that. Yeah, I call a little bit bullshit on this.
And you certainly don't need approval from others.
Unless you're autistic, because then you don't give a fuck about other people, by the way. And other twinks.
Or seek validation from outside sources to feel good about yourself or your choices. Number 5, you're often seen as mysterious and enigmatic.
Autistic again.
Sigma males have an aura about them that the average man does not possess. And if you're a Sigma, others often see you as mysterious or enigmatic. It's not that you don't let on who you are. It's just that there's a lot more to you than meets the eye.
It's like that for everyone. So you can meet a person that talks their ass off, and you can meet a person that barely speaks. Even the person talking their ass off may not give you any information whatsoever. Because they can control the conversation by speaking all the time. They can control the information flow. It's actually a really good tactic if you want to make sure that nobody's asking you things that you don't want to be asked, or trying to probe you. Is if you're the one controlling the conversation. It's a really good manipulative tactic. Because you're shielding yourself by taking up all of the space. And by doing that, you don't have to fucking sit there and tell your life story. You can just talk about the weather. You know, there are people that can talk about the weather for 3 hours without actually saying anything about the weather, but they are controlling the conversation and it's not going anywhere. So, yeah, again, it comes across, it's like people that feel like they're not like anyone else and I can't understand the world and blah, blah, blah. Maybe they are autistic, but they don't want to admit it, so we must be Sigma males. I'm still waiting till the fucking slaying pussy.
People often comment that there's something different about you, as if they can sense your innate complexity and
autistic people get that a lot. Again, trust me, I'm autistic, I know this shit.
Individuality, even from a distance. Others may even mistake you for being aloof and detached. This is because you are unique, both in your tastes and how you see the world.
It's not because you have social issues, it's not because you have psychological issues, it's not because you're the problem, it's society that's the problem. A big warning sign is when people don't want to acknowledge that they are part of the problem. If everyone don't want to be your friend, it's not because you're Sigma male, it's because there's undesirable traits about you that people don't want to associate with. It's that fucking simple. But instead of working on that shit, let's pretend we are this fucking hardcore alpha Sigma.
Instead of blindly following trends and fads, you choose to march to the beat of your own drum.
Autistic people?
Number 6. You are flexible and adapt to change easily.
Okay, not autistic people.
While it's difficult to know what the future holds, as a Sigma male, you embrace change and choose to adapt to whatever comes your way.
This trait, a lot of people have it and a lot of people don't have it. This is not indicative of you being a higher fucking intelligent or better person or more mysterious person.
You have a very flexible approach to life in general. Instead of letting change stop you from doing what you want, you're willing to get creative with solutions and adapt to new situations with ease. You don't let current circumstances dictate how your life unfolds.
That's like a lot of people are like, what the fuck is going on here?
Number 7. You can lead without exerting authority. Perhaps one of the most defining characteristics of Sigma males is that they can lead without exerting authority. Whether you're the boss or a subordinate, you are always respected and admired.
You know how you get respected and admired by other people? Be a decent fucking human being. Do what you are saying you're going to do and show them that they can rely on you. It's that fucking simple. If you don't show them that, they don't trust you. If you're not showing that you're trustworthy, you're not trustworthy. You can say you are, you don't give a fuck. People really easy can see if you're trustworthy. And if you're trustworthy, they will trust your opinion, so therefore you can influence the opinions of other people, and then you can direct the direction of things. You can be a leader. But they have to trust you to be a leader. And how do you get that trust? You don't get it by just magically being a fucking Sigma male. You do it by doing the right things, doing stuff that makes people say, oh, I can trust that person. That person's actually doing what they're saying they're going to do.
And that's because your leadership is expressed through example rather than command. Yeah. You can be part of a group while also operating independently of it. You aren't afraid to do your own thing and speak your...
It's a lot of broad terms here now I'm thinking about it. You can do everything. Maybe that's why I hear it a lot that a lot of people refer to themselves as Sigma male stuff, because a lot of people fit in with this. Oh, autofocus.
Mind, because you have no desire to please or appease others for acceptance. Number 8, you are morally gray. Sigma males tend to wander the outskirts of civilization and its rules, so they don't always fit in.
Sociopath.
Into the good-bad binary that most people accept unquestioningly. This means you often wonder if some perceived rule is actually worth following, and you don't shy away from bending or even breaking that rule.
Psychopath.
Since you're not concerned about fitting in, you're less likely to fall into the trap of groupthink.
So what I get from this is one of the main traits that, like, if you are a psychopath or a sociopath, you have a high chance of being a fucking Sigma male then. Because if you're willing to break the rules, which is something that can lose you a shit ton of respect, by the way. Like, if your co-workers see that you're bending the rules to benefit yourself and you're getting ahead of them, you will not be the guy or girl that they're going to use as an example of someone they will follow if shit hits the fan, because now you're becoming their enemy.
Where opinions are based on what everyone else thinks, rather than what you actually believe.
No. Rules are not based on other people's opinions. If it's illegal, by law, to stand in the middle of the highway, take your dong out and piss, that's not because someone thinks that that's their opinion of it. No. That's because we as a society have elected people that have made that fucking law. And we as a society have agreed upon what they are doing is the things that we are following. So if it's a law, if it's in the law books, it's not an opinion. It's the law. That's why there is difference between having it being an opinion and being the law. If you're breaking the law, you're doing something that can cost you money or end you in fucking jail.
As a matter of fact, you're not afraid to question society's mores and push back against rules that serve to hold others down for no good reason.
A lot of people are like that. Again, people all over the fucking spectrum are like that. Or, alpha, beta, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of laws that are outdated and shit. Like, you don't need to be an alpha male to recognize that.
Essentially, you question established beliefs and refuse to buckle under pressure from outside sources.
Oh, trust me, everyone breaks from outside pressure. It's just about what kind of outside pressure that you apply to those people. But yeah, everyone can break. There is not such thing as an unbreakable human being. Everyone can be broken. It's just a matter of how you put pressure on them and for how long. There is no one that is unbreakable. No one. And you need to understand that, because by understanding that nobody is unbreakable, you can become less unbreakable, but not unbreakable. But you can become more hardened by understanding that, oh, if they push me there, that's a weak point for me. I need to work on that so it's not a weak point anymore. But then you will have other weak points. Get what I'm coming at here?
Like authority figures. You may not always be right, but at least you're thinking for yourself.
It's like, again, gold nugget. If you are not a Sigma male, if you're an alpha, beta, whatever the fucking is, you cannot think for yourself. Only Sigma males have the power of the universe to have self-conscious thoughts.
Sigma males are rare, unique, and balanced. In short, the Sigma male is on his own level. And the combination of their particular characteristics definitely makes them the most intriguing type of men.
No!
If you recognize these traits in yourself, there's a good chance that you are a Sigma male.
No, you're just a fucking human. I will bet that 9 out of 10, or maybe 8 out of 10 people watching this right now can pick at least 2 fucking traits of this. What is the cut point? Do you need 4 of them? Do you need all 8? Do you need 7? Do you need 5? Or do you only need 1? This is why this is bullshit, because there's no concrete guideline or no concrete answer to when are you really a Sigma male. This is why this is something made up shit, if you ask me. If you want to be fucking labeled as a diabetic, there is specific fucking health issues you have to deal with to be labeled a diabetic. Yeah, if you have some of these traits in you, you may be a fucking Sigma male, okay?
That being said, it's important to remember that the sociosexual hierarchy is merely an ideological construct. It is designed to help one better understand themselves, their role in dominance hierarchies, and their interactions with others. If you enjoyed this video...
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I'm surprised it didn't came down to slaying pussy. Let's see if the other one, 12 unmistakable signs that you are a Sigma male. Is the pussy stain coming in here then?
Many men don't yet know if they possess the traits of a Sigma male, and some men never even realize that these traits were within them all along. While there's no one-size-fits-all definition of what makes a Sigma male,
then it's not. Here's the thing, like I said before. If it's not something that you can test for, that's reliable, it's not a thing.
There are some unmistakable signs that set them apart from other men.
Pussy.
From their deep thinking process to their independent natures, it's clear to see when a man is a Sigma.
Okay.
Here are 12 unmistakable signs you're a Sigma male. Number 1. They treat everyone the same, regardless of social status. Sigma men...
Again, I've seen really submissive people doing this. I've seen really fucking arrogant, seclusive people doing this. And I've seen people in the middle. Autistic people, again, take a drink. They also tend to treat people the same because they don't abide or believe or follow social norms because it's really difficult for them to, face expressions and stuff like that. So they treat you like, they don't give a fuck if you're a CEO or a janitor because they don't understand the hierarchy of that. Or a lot of autistic people, again, depending on how high up on the autistic spectrum you are.
And don't need to impress anyone and don't care about social status. They treat everyone the same, whether they are a CEO or a janitor. They don't believe in...
Oh my god, I didn't even fucking watch this video. What the fuck?
...hierarchy and put everyone on an equal footing. They have a strong sense of fairness and justice and all...
Funny enough, a lot of autistic people have that also. If an autistic person knows something is like they got told that this is the rule, you cannot move this bit here away from the table. They're not going to do it. And if someone is doing it, that's a rule, you cannot do it. They get fucking crazy, man. A lot of autistic people are like that, by the way.
Always treat everyone respectfully. Everyone has something to offer, no
True.
matter their background or experience level. Their egalitarian attitude is a refreshing change from the usual competitive and hierarchical atmosphere found in many places.
Words today. If someone say they're not competitive, that's a fucking lie. They may not be competitive in this specific issue, but everyone is competitive in some areas of their life. Depends on how much they care about that thing. For a lot of people, it's slaying pussy, by the way, or slaying that dick. But for some people, it could be sports, but they don't give a fuck about computer games. So again, it depends, like I said before, it depends on what situation you're in.
Sigma males don't need to compete or prove themselves. They simply...
That can also just be called being self-conscious, being confident in your abilities and what you can and can't do and who you are as a person. It's self-confidence, confidence.
They want to be judged on their merits and treated as equals. While they may not be the most vocal people, they have a strong moral code and always strive to do what is right.
Autistic people.
Number 2. They don't share much about their lives. Sigma males are usually very private people who don't share much about themselves or their lives with others.
Autistic people.
They prefer to keep
antisocial
things
people.
close to their chest in order to
every
protect
human being
themselves from
almost.
being taken advantage of or
Most people that overshare, they are a little bit narcissistic to some degree if they overshare. It's a trait that goes with COVID narcissism, by the way. Oversharing and stuff like that. And then there's autistic people. They also overshare because they don't have the concept of a lot of social norms, which, again, is a lot of the traits apparently with a Sigma male is that you are not following social norms. So you may not see it as oversharing, but they do. Yeah.
betrayed. Those close enough to get a glimpse into the life of a Sigma male are often surprised at how thoughtful and sensitive they can be. They take their time getting to know someone before they open up.
Is that not like a alpha or beta or gamma male kind of trait? Like you with the friend, you know, you're so friendly, everyone likes you. It could also be a COVID narcissism trait, by the way. They also want everyone to love them and shit like that for narcissistic reasons.
But once they do, they can be incredible friends. They may not be the most talkative people, but they are deeply reflective and
Are they using a lot of the same stock images, by the way, or videos?
Insightful. Sigma men value their privacy and can often appear aloof or unapproachable.
Again, 50-50 in society. There's a lot of people on all kind of fucking spectrums and labels that do that. And here's the thing. There are friends I know of that cannot stand to be alone most of the time. But they also need alone time. And sometimes if you call them up, they're like, yeah, I just don't want to do anything today. I just want to be myself today. So what is the threshold here? Is it 50% of the time you want to be alone, or do you need to be over 50% of the? This is why this is, like I said, this is why I can't take this stuff like this serious, because it's so easy to identify with this. Like I will say that I could fall under the category of a lot of these things. So could you, depending on what fucking day it is. And even fucking on most days, you could identify with a lot of this. Are you a Sigma male? Can only guys be Sigma male, by the way? What if you are like a girl? Are you a Sigma girl? Then I have no, like, do you need to have a fucking penis between your legs to be a Sigma male? Or be Sigma?
They prefer to observe and listen before speaking up, making it hard to get to know them. They may not share much about themselves.
Autistic people, by the way.
They are highly observant and aware of the world around them.
Autistic people.
They can pick up on subtle cues and social dynamics more quickly than most people.
That's called being socially adept. That's something you can train. Again, I'm autistic, and I'm doing way better in social gathering than most people that have my form of autistic diagnosis. Why? Because I have spent a lot of fucking effort putting myself into social situations to learn how to handle myself socially. It's called training. It just don't come natural to me like it do for you. For me, it's like a else-if statement, if you're a coder. Okay, someone is doing this thing right now. What is the correct thing to do in that situation? If they do this, I do that. If they don't do this, I do that. It's a while loop with if-else statements put into it. That's how it functions up in my head. Someone is doing something, why are they doing it? What is the proper response to do that? And then, again, from experience, I draw a card out. Most people just instinctively know that. They don't have to do that whole else while loop statement and shit like that. They just automatically know that, okay, in this situation, this is the proper thing to do. They don't have to analyze it.
Number 3, they are capable of leadership but don't seek it out.
Again, like
they have all the
almost every fucking human, like if you put most people into the right situation with the right fucking backing or in the right circumstances, which changes by person to person, by the way, they can lead people. There's a lot of people that you're like, oh my god, they cannot handle a team and stuff like that. They may not be able to handle a team in this structure that you have right now, this corporate structure or this organization structure. But put them into another structure, they could be the possibility of, or have the possibility of leading people, because they may need more, micromanagement from their boss, or they need less micromanagement.
The qualities of a great leader, but they are not attention or leadership seekers. Sigma males prefer...
Which was, don't that go a little bit against the other one where he said that Sigma males was the leaders, they didn't seek it out, but they were always regarded as the leaders and stuff like that, where he's like kind of like Sigma don't want to have anything to do with leadership, where the other one was like Sigma males don't have a problem with taking up leader role and they can lead without putting on authority and stuff like that. Goes a little bit against each other here. So again, because this is a made up fucking bullshit, what is the truth here?
To stay in the background and observe rather than take a leading role. They are fully capable of taking charge if the situation calls for it, but they would rather take a backseat and support those who excel in the limelight.
That's also called a beta, by the way, or traditional beta male, or
The Sigma male is more likely to lead by example than words, and his quiet guidance can often be more effective than any verbal instruction.
So again, this depends, again, the other guy I was talking about, but it also depends on what kind of person you are. You may be really good at motivating people, but you are shitty at the skill that they want to be motivated in. So you know what to say to get them motivated. That is a leadership quality that you can motivate them to do it. Or you're not a good motivative speaker, but you know how to do this job. So you're just sitting down and doing this job and doing it efficiently and good and fucking top-notch, top-dollar production effort put into that shit. And people see that and then they're like, let's follow that person's example. There's two different ways of leading, by the way. There's not just one way of leading people.
He may not be the one taking the lead, but he has a great sense of direction and is always willing to help out when needed. Sigma men can make...
This video here makes Sigma man looks a little bit more beta, where the other one made Sigma man looks a little bit more like a fucking superhero.
Credible leaders if given the opportunity, but they don't need to seek it out. They'd much rather collaborate and see everyone succeed than be the ones to stand out and take all the credit.
Pussies. So they're basically pussies.
Number 4. They have a different way of thinking.
Oh yeah, of course. Every made-up fucking label that people makes up nowadays, they have to have something that makes them highly intelligent. You know, I don't believe in IQ tests and shit like that, but it's what we have, okay? It's the best tool we have to gauge someone intelligent. If you want to know if you're a fucking intelligent person, take a shit ton of fucking IQ tests, okay? Then you get a okay answer. Get someone to test. And don't take the fucking shit online. Go to professionals. So it's highly, that's my opinion, IQ is highly fucking subjective, if you ask me. But again, it's what we have. So if you want to regard yourself as a fucking intelligent person, get tested by professionals. Until then shut your fucking mouth. You're just an average person. I hate this fucking thing that, oh, I'm special because I have these special traits, so therefore I also must be fucking highly intelligent, by the way. Big brain.
Sigma males are often misunderstood because their thought process is unique and different from the norm.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo, I'm a creep. Yeah, I'm a Sigma male because you don't understand my thought process, because I am on a higher level than you fucking lunatic, okay? Or I stared into the breast of that fucking woman. It's not because I'm a creep. I'm just processing the fucking juicy, bouncy titties in a different way and on a higher level than you are doing.
While the average person may only see one solution, a Sigma will think of many different angles and possibilities for any problem. They enjoy...
Again, autistic people are really good at thinking outside the box, so there's another fucking trick for you guys.
Perceiving situations from various perspectives, which leads them to find creative solutions that others might miss. This thinking process makes...
It could also just be that they understand the fucking subject. If you're a programmer, you will come up with really creative solutions to programming. If you're a janitor, they're not going to fucking come up with creative solutions for programming. How skilled you are in programming also determines how creative you can be with programming, with anything in life. Again, it's really broad if you ask me. And again, why is it broad? Because then you can identify as it.
Makes them stand out from the crowd, but also has its drawbacks. People who think outside the box may have trouble fitting in with those who don't understand their unique ways of thinking.
I have never heard that in my life before. Oh, you're an outside of the box thinker. You cannot fit in here. We can't understand you. They may be like, what the fuck? Why did you come up with this batshit crazy idea? Let's try it out, but it's a batshit fucking crazy idea. I've never heard anyone thinking outside of the box being fucking judged like that. Are there people doing that? There's always exceptions to the rule, but fucking hell, man.
It's like they speak a different language.
Of course they do.
Not everyone can understand.
They speak Sigma. We need to make up a new language, Sigma language.
When two Sigma personalities meet, they understand each other's thought process without explaining.
Oh, so now Sigma males have telekinetic abilities. Ooh. We want to be better than everyone fucking else. We are like, oh, you know, they are like fucking holier than. Oh.
It's like they have a secret language that only makes sense when spoken between
the
them.
Sigma language.
Number 5. They hate being told what to do.
Oh, that's something different from the other one. Because being told what to do is that you're okay with change and dynamic, fluent interactions and stuff like that. Hate being told what to do just sound like a fucking pig-headed idiot. Again, a lot like autistic people, they also don't really like being told what to do in a lot of instances. They like their own routines and stuff like that. And you don't dare break those routines. For some autistic people, not all.
Sigma men don't like it when someone uses authority to give orders. They prefer autonomy and making their own decisions without the influence of others. While they may take advice from someone they trust, they don't like having someone else make decisions for them.
So they can't have a job then. What the fuck? This makes no sense.
They don't take kindly to being micromanaged or following orders they don't agree with.
That's again, some do, some don't, and it depends on the situation. If it's a situation they are not uncomfortable, but they are not that knowledgeable in, micromanagement could be a good thing. If it's something that they know a lot about and they are maybe an expert in and stuff like that, yeah, micromanagement is a bad thing. It just hinders their process.
This isn't to say that Sigma men are rebellious, but they don't follow useless or outdated rules just because everyone else is doing it.
So what is useless and outdated? Who is the gatekeeper of what is useless and outdated? Is that the Sigma male? Is it because they have their own language and are so fucking high intelligent that they can determine that, okay, this is not a good rule. I don't like it because I'm smarter than you. This is some Sigma males is a fucking arrogant bunch of motherfuckers, though.
When it comes to making decisions, they rely on their own judgment and instincts.
Yeah, let's not take input for other people. Oh, no, fuck that. I don't give a fuck if you're living in that situation or if it's happening in your fucking country or stuff like that. I'm a Sigma male. I know exactly what the fuck is going on. Sitting here in Antarctica and fucking making ice cube with the penguins. Or is it the South Pole? I can't fucking... It don't matter.
They would rather question the status quo than blindly follow the crowd.
Like everyone...
This often puts them at odds with authority figures, which can lead to tension and conflict.
So they're just stopping. That's what... Come on, dude.
Despite this, they won't change their opinions just to please someone else.
Again, the autistic people have that trait. A lot of autistic people, they have their own fucking... Like, they are pig-headed, man.
While Sigmas don't seek out trouble, they won't hesitate to stand their ground if necessary.
Again, a lot of people have that trait, man.
Have an independent spirit and make their own paths in life, even if that means going against the grain.
There's a lot of people doing that are not Sigma. Like, there's a lot of fucking submissive people doing that.
Number 6. They avoid large group settings.
Oh, now we're back to the antisocial shit again. Like I said, it's a bunch of fucking autistic people that want an excuse. They don't want to be called autistic, so they call themselves Sigma males. I'm still waiting for that fucking slaying the pussy thing.
Large group settings can be extremely draining for Sigma men because they are often filled with noise and chaos. While an alpha might thrive in such scenarios, Sigmas usually prefer to stay out of the spotlight.
Oh, so a Sigma is a wannabe alpha, but they can't handle the alpha thing, so they made up their own shit and like, I can't hack it as a fucking alpha, man. I can't fucking hack it, dude. I can't do it, man. I must be a Sigma. I need the fucking recognition of being on top of the food chain.
They don't need attention or validation from being the center of attention, so they often avoid large group settings altogether. Instead, Sigma males prefer
previous statements, by the way. Autistic people.
Smaller gatherings where they can get to know people on a deeper level. They need some space to think and reflect. So
let's go for dinner. Let me hear about you. Cool. Can you just eat your food while I'm sitting and complicating all of the things you just said, okay? Yeah. Can you pay the bill, because I have to go home and have deep thoughts about the interactions that we just had today, and see if you're worthy of a second date. Sigma males just become more and more fucking unbearable human beings, if you ask me. They're so far up their own ass, man. Oh my god.
So large group settings are often too overwhelming.
Yeah.
They often need to spend some time alone and recharge after attending a big gathering.
Autistic people, antisocial people, people with social anxiety, people with general anxiety. Do I need to go on?
They simply don't have the same energy or enthusiasm for large group settings as alpha males
Previous statement.
do. This doesn't mean that sigmas can't function in such environments. It just means
Previous statement.
that their battery runs out faster than their alpha counterparts.
Autistic people. And previous statement.
While sigma men may not be the life of the party, they can still be great contributors to any conversation.
Just like any fucking human being. Any human being can contribute to a gathering or social interaction. Just showing up, you're contributing to the social gathering. You being there is a contribution to that gathering, to that social environment. So again,
In fact, their thoughtful insights and deep perspectives often
yeah. Let's make sure we mention the big brain energy here. It's not big dick energy, it's big brain energy.
add a lot of value to a discussion.
I feel like Sigma males now thinking about it's the same fucking idiots down in the comment section. You make a video, and then they are like, you know what? Let me make a fucking essay of a paragraph explaining exactly what the fuck is going on and why you were wrong on one fucking little insignificant thing. And then they give you like this paragraph here explaining everything because I have to show you my big fucking brain energy and my Sigma male dominance over your alpha or your beta fucking or whatever the fuck. I was that fat fuck on the couch, by the way.
Number 7. They are unapologetically themselves. They
Autistic
don't
people.
apologize for their unique perspectives or unconventional lifestyles.
Again, a unique perspective on conventional lifestyle. Big brain energy.
They don't feel the need to explain themselves and why they do things differently from others. Sigma males don't try to impress others or show off. They simply live
Autistic
their
people.
lives and be who they are. They don't care what other people think of them and
Autistic
don't feel
people.
the need to conform in order to fit in.
Autistic people.
This sets them apart from the crowd without even trying. Sigma men are comfortable in their own skin and don't try to be something they're not.
I get that life experience, maturity. There's a lot of reasons why you can be comfortable in your own skin, and a lot of people are comfortable in their own skin. Most people that are not comfortable in their own skin are younger people because they've not found themselves yet. You know, there used to be this saying that the 30s was the decade of discovery. And when you get out of the 30s, most people figure out who they are. You know, they become comfortable in their skin. That's why you see a lot of elder people. They don't give a fuck about anything anymore because they're comfortable in their skin. And how do you get there? Life experience. You need to go through life. You need to have some good experience, some bad experience, some successes, some downfall. And some people get that in early age. Get a lot of fucking, bullshit landed on them, so they get more comfortable easy. They get like, here in my neck of the wood, we call them old young people. You know, it's young people with an old mind. You get what I'm coming at here?
They understand that their opinions and ideas may not always be accepted.
But because we have this big fucking brain energy, we know that we are smarter than the conventional fucking human beings.
But they refuse to change who they are just to gain approval.
Big brain
They
energy.
embrace their differences and appreciate the beauty in uniqueness.
Again, appreciation trophy here, vibes. Like,
Everyone has a unique path in life,
of course
and
they
they
do.
strive to find their own way without feeling the need to apologize.
Most people are like that. Come on.
Number 8. They are introverts but highly adaptable and open-minded. While Sigma males are often considered to be introverted, they have an uncanny
Again, it sounds like fucking autistic, lonely people that can't do it socially, that need a fucking badass name.
ability to adapt to any situation. Their quietness and reserve don't stop them from being open-minded about new experiences.
I just have this mental picture of them fucking sitting there at a party, contemplating about the conversations. Someone is dragging out a fucking double dildo from their fucking purse, and a Sigma is like, new experience, I have to fucking put that into my ass. I never had a dildo in my ass before. I'm a true Sigma male, I have to do this new experience thing. And then they get that fucking dildo up their butthole, and then they sit and contemplating again, like, do I like this? Do I not? Does this make me gay? Am I bisexual? What's going on here? And if people are, let me do my Sigma thing. You're not worthy of disturbing my Sigma vibes right now. I'm contemplating the dildo in my ass. Yeah. It does hurt a little bit. Maybe I should have looped it up before I did it. Yeah. That's my picture, a mental picture for Sigma male.
They can easily transition between different environments and social settings with ease.
So they are loner introverts, but they're outgoing and bubbly.
Sigma men are not confined by the same limitations as other introverts.
Oh, no. We are special introverts. Sigma males are the special introverts. Again, that's why this is a made-up fucking shit. They're contradicting themselves. There's no real fucking, like, rules or pathway or test where you can do, like, okay, you're either this and that. It's made-up fucking bullshit for people that just need to feel special, if you ask me.
They may not be the most outgoing people, but they can easily blend in with different groups of people. Their openness and flexibility allow them to learn from any situation, no matter.
But didn't they just say that they wanted to do it their own way? They didn't want to listen to people, and they have the big brain energy to understand things that other people couldn't understand. But we can also listen to other people, take information from other people, that other people influence our decision making, because that's what you need to do to learn something. If you want to learn and get guidance and stuff like that, someone is going to tell you what to do and what not to do and how to do it.
No matter how uncomfortable it may be, they don't shy away from difficult conversations or confrontations. Instead,
here's another mental picture I'm getting right now. It's like this fucking sad, lonely little fucking puny person that I've never seen the inside of a woman's vagina before, trying to act tough.
they use these moments to further their understanding and gain insight into how others think.
I'm not asking you all of these creepy questions because I'm a creep. I'm trying to understand you as a human, as a person. When was the last time you fucked?
And feel. Their introversion gives them space to reflect, allowing them.
Yeah. Dildo in my ass still feels weird.
To become more adaptable and open-minded. While some might find this trait intimidating, it actually makes Sigma men incredibly valuable in a variety of settings.
Of course. We have to be the most valuable, or some of the most valuable human beings on Earth because we made of this fucking Sigma male thing. Of course.
Settings. Number 9. They are highly independent and value their freedom. Sigma men value their freedom above all else and strive to maintain independence.
Is that not a human trait? I have never heard about a fucking human that is like, I don't want freedom. I don't want to be independent. I want to be locked down in a fucking dungeon and have someone tell me to do whatever I need to do every day. This is not a made-up fucking thing. I'm lost all fucking confidence in society nowadays, if that's it.
They don't like feeling tied down or obligated to do something. So
they are never married. They don't believe in fucking, steady relationships. I think, is that not the ring of someone in a relationship, by the way?
Often go out of their way to guard their freedom. Sigmas need the freedom to explore, create, and find new ways of thinking. They don't like to be restrained by rules and regulations.
Big brain moment there. Big brain moment.
They need the space to think for themselves and make their own decisions. They are not the ones to follow the crowd,
Oh no.
They like to blaze their own trails
Yeah.
and forge their own path.
You're the one doing it wrong. You're not sniffing coke every day. I'm spitting all over the place here. But because I'm a Sigma male, I understand the value of fucking taking a line of coke on my fucking janitor's titties every morning I come to work.
They don't feel the need to conform or fit in, and this makes them incredibly unique. They're
No, it makes them a fucking human. There are more people that have this fucking trait than you can think about. Nobody wants to fit in. They want to fit in, but they also want to be unique. And then they also want to be rebellious. It's kind of like human nature.
Independence can sometimes be misinterpreted as arrogance or aloofness, but it's just a...
So this is a Sigma males is arrogant, lonely people that want an excuse to be arrogant, lonely people or creepy people. They are all over the place. You see one thing about Sigma males, like, okay, Sigma males are like that. Then you see another things about Sigma males, oh, they're like that. And I know what Sigma males will say, that's why we're so mysteriously. No, that's why you're so batshit crazy. Okay, that's why you don't make sense.
Sign of their confidence and determination to do things their way. Number 10. They prefer to work alone. Sigma males enjoy working on their own terms, so they prefer to work alone. They don't like being bombarded by the opinions of others.
No, but they can easily learn, and they're really good in social gatherings and stuff like that. But fuck you if you tell me your opinion.
And prefer to think, act,
big brain moment again,
and work independently. This doesn't mean they don't like working with others. But
no. So here's the thing. Again, this is why it's made of fucking bullshit, in my opinion. Oh, I have a fucking spider on my hand. They are over here, and then they are over here, and in the middle. They are all over the fucking place. It's not like, yep, this is where we are. I'm over here. Yeah, I'm an arrogant motherfucker. Yeah. No, I'm both arrogant and insightful and listen to other people and willing to take in feedback and stuff like that. But I'm also an arrogant motherfucker. So they want to be the top fucking badass motherfucker and also the most sensitive, fucking insightful, thoughtful, big brain IQ person at the same time. And they want to be isolated and open, and they want to be introverted and outgoing, and they want to be it all. And that's why we are Sigma males, because we can be it all. No, you just don't exist.
Are more comfortable when given space to do their own thing. They don't need constant praise or attention from others. All they need is a challenge.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you don't want praise and stuff like that from other people, why do Sigma male go out of their way to make sure that people know that they are Sigma males? That goes against this bit here.
And some space to focus. They don't mind lending a helping hand or working with a team from time to time. But they prefer solo projects that give them the freedom to work without interruption.
Because your tiny fucking brains are no match for mine. Big brain move here.
When given a chance to work alone, Sigma males can produce great results due to their ability to think outside the box and test out different approaches. They don't need someone to guide them. They simply need the chance to explore and experiment on their own terms. That's why Sigma men often become entrepreneurs. Working alone allows them to express their creativity.
Bullshit. Okay? Entrepreneurs. Again, you need to fucking understand people to build up a business. You need to know how to get the desired outcome for you and your business to run a fucking business. You cannot be an introvert. You cannot be this mysterious human being that can both be insightful and outgoing and smart. And I can't work with other people, but again, I can work with other people. Yeah. Entrepreneurs, people that are doing really well with making businesses, are really fucking out there. They're out there making fucking deals. They're out there talking to customers and potential business partners. They know how to fucking sell a thing or two. Sigma males don't come across like good salesperson. They come across like this fucking weirdo hippie in the background that nobody wants to talk to, and then... But it's because I'm too smart for you. You cannot understand my Sigma ways.
And explore their passions without interference.
Again, it also sounds a lot like autistic people. They like to work alone and do their best work alone, by the way. A drink for the autistic meter.
Number 11. They are lone wolves, but loyal to those they trust. Sigmas are often called lone wolves because they enjoy spending time alone. They don't need to be surrounded by people in order to feel fulfilled. While they may not...
Again, there's a lot of fucking... previous statements.
Not be the most social people, Sigma men are incredibly loyal friends once someone earns their trust.
I'm so special that you have to fucking work your ass off to get to know me. And if I deem you worthy, I would be your best friend forever. It sounds really narcissistic now I'm thinking about it.
They don't need many people in their lives, but the ones they do keep close to are treated with respect and care. They may not always show it, but those in their inner circle know that they can count on them when they need help or advice.
It's just called being a good friend.
They don't take relationships lightly. Once they form a bond with someone, it is usually for life. They are fiercely protective of those they care about.
Autistic people, by the way.
And will go to great lengths to protect them from harm. Though their lone wolf status can make them seem distant, they can actually be very caring and compassionate people once you get to know them.
It's this, they want it all. Again, they want to be this fucking badass motherfucker and the most sensitive person ever that is going to cuddle your fucking little vagina pussy hairs all day and let's make a fucking plaitings of your ass hair while we at it, you know. Ooh, yeah, I'm totally understand your woman ways.
Sigma men don't need a lot of friends. They just need a few good ones they can rely on.
Again, autistic people, drink meter.
Number 12. They hate small talk.
That's definitely autistic people.
They aren't big fans of the typical how are you or what did you do.
I can't anymore. This is also long enough as it is. Like I said, Sigma males sounds like something creepy ass, lonely, autistic people or something like that made up because they want to feel special and they can like flex their big brain energy. And they are everything. A Sigma male is basically everything. They are the alpha, they are the beta, they are the fucking intelligent smarter, they are the leader, they are the non-leader, they are the rebellious, they are the non-rebellious. They're all over the fucking place. But because we are all over the fucking place and we are so unique because we are all over the place, you tiny little human nerd guy there cannot comprehend our complexity. That's why we are Sigma males. Like, you would not have fucking channels with 200,000+ subscribers and videos here fucking close to 1 million views about how Sigma males are and stuff like that if you didn't want to be recognized as a Sigma male. It goes against all of this like lone wolf mysteriously kind of thing and stuff like that. If that was the case, you would not make videos about being a Sigma. You wouldn't give a fuck about being a Sigma male. You wouldn't give a fuck about it. That's the impression I'm getting. But making all of these videos, how to recognize your inner Sigma male and signs that you are Sigma males, and that's why alpha males don't like Sigma males. It's because you want to be recognized as Sigma male. That's sound recognition. And again, like I said, I see it on my smoking little adventures on the YouTubes. People refer to themselves or other people as Sigma males. It goes against this fucking whole bit. And yes, they are mostly fucking crazy trolls or creepy ass motherfuckers that when a girl comes in, they lose their fucking testicles and are running around on the floor to see if they can pick them up and be like, hello, my lady, let me take off my fucking fedora. Yeah, I has also has that intercourse once. You know, that's how they come across. Fucking crazy people. This is the most batshit craziest thing I've ever done in my life. See you all later. Bye-bye.